First, the Undine vessel you were tracking from the Omicron Kappa 2 system has been sighted near NGC 4447. Borg ships have also been detected in this area. While there are no populated systems in danger there, we still need to know why the Borg and the Undine have escalated their conflict now. Go find the Borg sphere that took the Undine from Omicron Kappa 2. The answers we need will be there. Captain, I am detecting the wreckage of an Undine ship. It could be the vessel following the Borg sphere that captured the Undine prisoner on Omicron Kappa 2. We must stop the sphere before it can return to the collective fleet. Any information the Borg could learn from the prisoner could upset the balance of power. Confirmed, sir. This wreckage matches the energy signature of the Undine vessel that followed the Borg sphere that captured the Undine prisoner on Omicron Kappa 2. It appears to have been destroyed recently. We must be very close. Sir, sensors detecting a Borg sphere dead ahead. Emissions signatures indicate that this is the same sphere that we have been pursuing. Those rifts open into fluidic space. The Borg have tangled with the Undine in fluidic space before, sir, but they were defeated. They were unable to assimilate the Undine, and without that, the Undine were able to push them out. If they're willing to send a force into fluidic space again, the Borg must think that they have adapted in a way that will allow them to defeat the Undine. This region is ours to protect, sir, and our orders are to eliminate the Borg threat. I recommend that we engage the Borg and the Undine and secure the area. Captain, there's a Borg ship reappearing through the rift, and it has an Undine vessel locked in a tractor beam. Sir, if the Borg brought an Undine vessel to our dimension, they must have some purpose for it. They may have even adapted to the point that they can assimilate the Undine's organic technology, or even the Undine themselves. I'm detecting Undine ships about to emerge from the singularity. Perhaps they are trying to rescue their ship as well. The Undine vessels are heavily armed, sir. I would recommend avoiding a confrontation if possible. We'll choose our targets carefully, but I want both the Borg and the Undine out of our space. Picking up Undine life signs on the Borg cube, Captain. If the Borg transported Undine into the cube, they are either testing a new assimilation process or they've already learned how to assimilate Undine. That could be real trouble for us, sir. Imagine defending the Federation against Undine drones. We have an opportunity, sir. The Borg cube is damaged and it will take some time for it to be fully operational again. We can take advantage of that and reconfigure our emitter array to temporarily block this cube's link to the collective. That will give us a chance to beam aboard and stop the Borg from completing their assimilation process with the Undine captives. It's dangerous, but this may be the only chance we get. Understood. Away team to transporter room 1. The cube has been damaged, sir, and has entered a regenerative state. Based on our encounter with the Borg in the Talis system, we know that they do not see most humanoids as a threat, and will only enter combat in their own defense or if a vital component of the ship is threatened. If we don't engage them, perhaps we can locate the Undine without having to fight. There is a background frequency that is interfering with my tricorder, but I believe there are Undine life scenes somewhere on this level. Perhaps if we get closer, I can cut through the interference. Captain, I believe I can modify your tricorder to be able to access the Borg terminals. However, accessing the terminals could alert the Borg to our presence. Make it so. This last one, sir. I think the device over there controls the force field preventing us from leaving this room. This data indicates that the Borg have invaded fluidic space and established a beachhead. No wonder the Undine are attacking in force. I am definitely detecting Undine life signs ahead, sir, but something appears to be wrong with them. The patterns don't match the information we have available on their physiology. What what are they doing to those Undine? Are they failed experiments, or is that what the Borg wanted to do to them? We must help them, sir. If we can destroy the nodes, it should free them from Borg control. We can't let them live like this. Come on, it's not right. Not much, but it is. That was it. Captain, the cube seems to be reactivating. Recommend you beam back to the ship immediately. Sensor logs indicate we have successfully prevented the Borg from sending their findings back to the Collective. However, we have no choice but to destroy the ship to prevent the Borg from recovering the data. Armed weapons target the cube. Looks like the Undine destroyed the Borg cube before we had a chance. Congratulations, sir. We have prevented the Borg from learning to assimilate the Undine and discover the location of the Borg foothold in fluidic space. I'm sure we can adapt their techniques to open a singularity into fluidic space, sir, but first we should report our findings to Command. That was a close one. If the Borg had succeeded, I don't even want to think about finding Undine drones. Good work, First. You've done the Federation a great service. The data you recovered from the Borg cube indicates that the Borg have established a foothold in Undine space. The Undine seem to make very little distinction between alien races, so it's quite possible that the Borg presence in their home is causing their aggressive behavior. We cannot afford a full-out war with the Undine. Their biotechnology surpasses even our most advanced technology. Therefore, we have assembled an expedition to remove the Borg presence from fluidic space. We found a system where the fabric of the two dimensions are breaking down. This is our best shot at creating a stable quantum singularity. The expedition will include USS Voyager, commanded by Admiral Tuvok. He has analyzed the data that you received from the Borg cube and is confident he can create an artificial singularity. Your orders are to cross into fluidic space with Voyager, locate the Borg, and remove them if possible. Avoid conflict with the Undine. They will have the advantage and you'll end up in a fight you can't win.
Welcome to the CUDA system. I am Admiral Tuvok of the USS Voyager. I will provide tactical assistance on this mission.
It's a privilege, Admiral. I studied the exploits of Voyager at Starfleet Academy.
Thank you. Your meteoric rise through the ranks is well known to me as well. Sensors indicate the division between normal and fluidic space is thinner here, making crossing much easier. The Undine have used this location in the past. We will use it now. The majority of the fleet will remain here to protect this area. Our team will enter fluidic space, locate, and then survey the Borg presence there. If possible, we will destroy it. When you are ready, Voyager will open the Singularity.
Open the Singularity, Admiral Tuvok.
We have made a successful transition into fluidic space. Unlike our own, this dimension is filled with an organic fluid. The main indigenous life form is species 8472. Sensors are detecting a Borg signature nearby. Your vessel will take the lead in the investigation. We will follow.
Acknowledged. We'll take point and find the source of the signal. Sir, we are being affected by a wave-like current in fluidic space, which is causing our ship to move involuntarily. Wish we had more time to study this phenomenon. Acknowledged. Scans indicate this is an interplexing beacon, sir. The Borg must not be able to transmit their subspace frequencies as easily through the organic fluid that comprises fluidic space. These relays are boosting the signal to allow communication with the collective in normal space. This means we should be able to follow these beacons to the Borg foothold here. Set course for the next beacon. Data acquired, sir. There appears to be a total of 5 interplexing beacons in the sequence. The next one is just ahead. First, this beacon appears to be picking up a subspace transmission from within fluidic space with a Starfleet signature. Recommend we investigate, sir. Could be a ship in distress. Agreed. Set an intercept course for the source of the signal.
We've been examining the data on the interplexing beacon, and we believe we may have discovered a vulnerability in the Borg subspace carrier wave technology. If it's acceptable to you, I would like the Venture to remain here and run some tests while you investigate the signal. We may not get another opportunity.
That is acceptable. We will investigate the signal while the Venture remains here.
This landmass is unique in fluidic space. It is not a planet by Starfleet definitions. If I had to categorize it, I would say it is similar to the coral reefs found in Earth's oceans. The ground itself is a framework for living creatures. Fascinating. We are detecting a number of ships in the area. Starfleet, Klingon Defense Force, Romulan Republic, even Ferengi and Cardassian. Most species from the Alpha and Beta quadrants appear to be represented.
Curious, these ships have identical configurations to ships found in the Alpha and Beta quadrants, but they cannot have been constructed there. I am detecting alloys that are not used in standard ship construction. Run a metallurgical analysis. Aye, sir, running analysis now. The alloys correspond to technology found on Iconia and in recovered Iconian technology. But why would the Iconians make fake ships? I intend to find out. Sir, I am detecting some kind of gateway opening and a huge fleet coming through on screen. Those must be more Iconian frauds. The Undine are destroying them. Sir, we're picking up an incoming distress call from the USS Venture. On screen.
Captain Simmons to Voyager. The Borg are here. We're taking heavy fire and need immediate assistance.
Set course to Venture, maximum speed. Dr. Cooper was in an escape pod, Captain. He wants to speak to you from the transporter room. Patch him through.
I never should have come on this mission. I'm a scientist, not an explorer. Take me out of this awful place right now.
Calm down for a second and talk to me. What happened?
The Borg attacked and we had to abandon ship. We were floating here, waiting, and then Undine. They came out of nowhere, tore through us like tissue paper. We shouldn't have invaded their space. They're so strong. We're weak. Please take me out of here.
What about Captain Simmons? She's not in the escape pods?
I don't know. It all happened so fast. She insisted on being the last one to leave the ship. I don't even know if she made it out alive. Now, can we leave?
I'm sorry, Dr. Cooper, but we have a mission to complete. Beacon scan, sir. Coordinates of final beacon have been downloaded. This beacon is handling a significant amount of traffic, sir. The last beacon should give us the information we need. Sir, this is the final beacon. I have the coordinates of the Borg fleet. We're very close. Shields up. Proceed with caution.
The Borg presence is much larger than we anticipated. Nevertheless, our orders are to remove as much of it as possible. Voyager will follow your lead.
Acknowledged. We're going in.
We need to report to Starfleet Command immediately. We thought that the Undine were responding to a Borg incursion into their space, but it now appears that the Iconians, or some entity posing as them, has created false Alpha and Beta Quadrant ships and sent them into fluidic space. Clearly, the Undine attacked us because they thought we attacked them first.
Starting with the bad news, I see.
There is some good news. The spread of the Borg nanovirus has halted, and thanks to the Doctor's research, we should be able to prevent future planets from being assimilated in this manner. The Borg will adapt in time, but we have also stopped them from transmitting the technique for Undine assimilation to the collective. It is possible they could learn how to do so again. We will need to remain vigilant.
What about the Borg in fluidic space?
The Borg in fluidic space were forced to retreat, and logic suggests it will be quite some time before they trouble the Undine again. The end of the Borg attacks in their home might stop the Undine advance into our space. But if the Iconians continue to trick Species 8472 with false incursions, they could decide to invade ours in retaliation.
What happens now?
Voyager will take Dr. Cooper and the other survivors back to Earth. I suggest that we all confer with our fleet commanders to determine the next course of action. We have not seen the last of the Undine.
Understood. Until next time, Admiral. We may not have been able to remove the Borg presence in fluidic space, but it looks like the Undine will. Hopefully this will end their aggressiveness. However, I find your reports of false flagships in fluidic space troubling. If the Iconians are trying to trick the Undine into believing that we're invading their space, it could explain everything that's happened. Unfortunately, it only means that the Undine may be prompted into an invasion of their own, and if that happens, our entire dimension will be at risk.